Good morning, guys. It's an early start today and welcome back to my channel. Lose 120 pounds with me. The last few days have been pretty cool. Since everything that happened with my videos for my breakdown while I was having some mental health struggles have gone smoothly and really restful, really nice. I've had some time in between my last location of my job. It's the same job. Well, it's a different position. It's the same, it's not a business. I work for the YMCA, so it's a nonprofit organization. And I switched from the Bangor location to the Old Town location. And I've had just a few days so far waiting for some paperwork to go through. I've already been on board. I almost had my first day last Friday, but my last day of work was last Thursday. That was my last scheduled shift. I think the last day I had a full shift was last Tuesday. So it's been almost a week since I have had a day at work. But it's been really relaxing having some time in between starting my new position. I'll be working with kids this time in the childcare section at the YMCA in Old Town, and I'm just so excited to start. It's exactly what I wanted. It was a job opportunity at the other YMCA that I was working at. I didn't get the position, so when I found out that they were opening a new position at this new location, I went for it. I got it. I'm so excited. So Gabby has not been out yet. It's really early in the morning, and I'm just like waiting a little bit. I have a doctor's appointment this morning. Not really like a doctor's appointment. I'm going to get some lab work done for my doctor, and I've had to do it 2 other times already, but one was not successful because it wasn't fasting, and I couldn't have taken my medicine, and I took my medicine before I got the lab work done. So I'm just waiting until about 7:30 to head out from here, and then I'm gonna go and do that, come home, probably relax a little bit. Zach's day off today, so he's gonna be home all day, and I'm trying to be quiet to let him rest. Because the night before last night, he told me he just like tossed and turned and didn't sleep well, so I'm hoping he got a better night's sleep last night. But for the last few days, I've been working out at home. I've been doing tons of yoga. I've been eating really well. Zach ordered us some donuts a few nights ago, and because I was craving something sweet, I think I talked about it in one of my videos, but it was like probably like 7 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I want something sweet. And he's like, go to the store, get milk and stuff, like stuff that we need. He's like, I'll take care of it. And he was like, get what you need. And I thought he meant like get something sweet for us. So I picked up a few sweet things, and I got home and he was like, honey, I ordered donuts, which is just like the most random thing because he's trying to watch his gluten intake, and I'm just trying not to go overboard with like the unhealthy foods or like the cheat foods, whatever you want to call them, like the foods that are not supposed to be had every day. So he ordered a dozen donuts, and I have been having them for breakfast like every morning, and so they're all gone now, so no more donuts. And that was like 3 or 4 days ago, so they last quite a while. He had a couple the first night, I had one the first night, I think I had 2 for a snack the next day, and then I had 1 for breakfast maybe for the last 2 days. And so I'm all done with donuts. Like, I'm so ready to just like eat healthy and eat good. But today our HelloFresh order comes in, and it's so exciting because it'll give us a chance to reboot on our healthy meals. Last week we made ours last until yesterday afternoon. We get 6 meals a week, and so last week we had, I think, 1 meal where we ordered dinner out one night, and then the rest of the nights we had HelloFresh, and then yesterday for lunch we had HelloFresh. Also, which was really helpful for like healthy meals, I made a really delicious chicken soup with leftover rotisserie chicken from what my mom got me last week sometime. And so I made it, and like there was like half the chicken on it left, and I just put the whole like body into a pot and added some like cabbage, carrots, onion, and a little tiny bit of like a quarter cup of rice, and it came out so good. After it was in the fridge for like maybe 2 days, that's when we really started enjoying it. We had it with like a little dollop of sour cream, and my dad's wife had given us this most delicious like zucchini relish. And Zach one night was like, what if we put the relish on with the sour cream in the soup? And it sounded really weird at first, and I'm like, ew, that'd be so gross, like I don't want to even try it. But then we tried it and it was so delicious. And then I had it once with a little bit of extra cheese just to get those healthy fats up there. And yesterday my macros are actually pretty good. My if I was the thing is with my macros is that my nutritionist is suggesting 120 grams of protein a day, and that is just so much for me to take on. I mean, I never ever reached that goal unless I was eating like 2 scoops of protein powder with just chicken for snacks, with cheese and meat roll-ups, with like 3 or 4 good servings of proteins with meals every day. Not like per meal, but like throughout the day having 3 or 4 actual like 4-ounce servings of protein. And then with like cottage cheese, it was just like, it was a lot to take in. So lately I've been getting between like, I would say like 60 and 90 grams of protein a day. And I feel like it's a really good middle ground for me, especially with my carbohydrates right around between like 150 and like 75. Like that's like a daily intake for me with that. And then fat is always right around like 60 to 75. This is what my breakdown is ideally: 120 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat per day to make a pretty even high protein, high fat, low carb diet. And supposedly it's like a moderate diet with just high fats. But 120 grams of protein is so much. It's so much. And even if I'm not just eating it with like straight up animal protein, like just eating like cottage cheese and yogurt, like all things that I love. But when I eat all of those every single day, not only is it expensive, but it's really kind of boring. Like, so when I'm getting like, because I don't know, naturally, like if I have like one big meal at the end of the night, not like a big meal, but like one meal where I eat the four ounces of protein, like all my veggies, and like a half a cup of to 3/4 cup of carbs, healthy carbs, moderate carbs, whatever you want to call them. Like, I feel really good when I have like a smaller portion of protein for lunch with some veggies, and then like an egg with some toast in the morning, or like yogurt. Like just a little less protein makes me feel a lot better. And I think I've always kind of known this about myself, especially since, sorry, my nails are so disgusting. I've been chewing at them because that's my red flag in life. But ever since I was 16, I was vegetarian, and I had a really high carb diet, and it was pretty moderate with protein. It wasn't like over the top, but I was like eating fish and seafood still. So it was more of like a pescatarian diet, but I did that for like 10 years, I would say. And so I think I was 27 when I started actually like fully incorporating animal proteins back into my diet, other than eggs, which I still think are, well, they definitely are considered a vegetarian. Like if you follow like an ovo-lacto vegetarian lifestyle, that's eating eggs and dairy still, while not eating animal proteins or products or byproducts. And I still ate butter. Most of the time while I was vegetarian or pescatarian, I was eating non-dairy. But I still had like ice cream a lot. I had pizza with cheese, stuff like that. So I was just cutting back on mostly, I was cutting back mostly on animal products and byproducts, but I ate so many veggies, tons of legumes, and like tons of seafood, and I did eat a lot of tofu and soy products. Like I was really, really, really into it, and I really loved it for a long time. But then I realized that I really wanted to eat meat again, and it was really important for me to. This coffee is hitting the spot this morning. It was really important for me to listen to my body at that point. And when I first started eating meat, yeah, I totally went overboard. I first had my taste of eating meat again when I was 20 years old and living out of state. And I decided that I would go to Burger King and get myself like a Whopper or like a cheeseburger or whatever. And then I decided every day after work that I would go and get myself a cheeseburger or two. And I started packing on the weight like so fast. And I went from like 130 up to like 160 really fast. And I got like this little pot belly, but it wasn't really that noticeable. Like I think people saw that I had been putting on some weight and were kind of wondering why, because I was definitely hiding my habits at that point and know that something had to change. So I went back to vegetarian from like 20 to like 26. And maybe tried like a piece of venison, which is deer meat, or like some moose or some wild game, which I knew was a lot less fatty and a lot overall healthier because there weren't the antibiotics or any products from that were man-made put into the product. And a lot of the time my dad had that kind of stuff. So anytime I was kind of like craving a piece of meat, it was usually like once a year I would go to his house and have him make me like a moose cheeseburger or like a slice of venison steak, something like that. And it always upset my stomach. So I was always kind of geared away from trying to go completely back to eating meat. But then when I was 26, I decided that I wanted to give it another try. So about once a week, I would go after class and just get like a McDonald's cheeseburger. It was always the cheeseburgers at first. And then I started cooking myself like steamed chicken, or like I always had salmon, and so it was either steamed chicken. I never really had a lot of red meat. I did try some things like Italian sausage or like turkey bacon, and then eventually like just like pork bacon. So it was like a gradual process this time around, and then it just stuck with me. Like I love chicken, I love beef, literally anything I will eat. I'm not a picky eater, but I definitely have my like icks when it comes to food. Like there are certain things that I really don't enjoy texture wise. I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater, but like I'm definitely like specific with what I like. And so this time around, knowing that I can have a little more extra fat on my meat if I want it, like having bacon or sausage, or even like a not so lean cut of steak. Even I'm trying to think of other things. Usually things with chicken are pretty lean. Chicken, like I don't want to get into it because it can be kind of like a trigger for some people I know, and some people really don't like animal fat and stuff like that. But I just really enjoy most things, and I think for me it's really important to know what I love, what I don't love. Things that trigger me, like too much sugar makes me feel super jittery. Like yesterday morning after I had a donut for breakfast, I was probably like 20 minutes in a deep dark hole of like random thoughts because the sugar was just like so much on my brain. So I am down to, on the scale this morning, I haven't gone to the bathroom yet, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee. So usually I weigh myself after I go to the bathroom, and before I drink or eat anything. So this morning, like the potty just wasn't having the effect that it normally does. So this morning I was 221.5, And I wish I could tell you what I was yesterday, but I can't remember if it's less or more than it was yesterday. So I think I'm like a 0.1 pound heavier than I was yesterday, which is weird because I ate really well yesterday, but the day before I actually exercised really hard. And I know that that sometimes plays a role into my daily weight loss, but the overall scale is going down. So that's where I'm at today, and I'm doing super awesome. I'm so excited that that's just the way it is these days. It's always like a really, really exciting day, and even when it's a bad day, it's still a good day. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna finish my coffee. I'm gonna get ready and go get my labs done, and I'll talk to you later. Like and subscribe. Love you.